mid-2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and now finally, 2025. So, exactly how much lava has Kilauea erupted in this timespan, and how much has the crater floor risen by? Based on a combination of my own and U.S. Geological Survey estimates, since the end of 2018, Kilauea's deep caldera has been filled by a maximum of 1,526 feet of fresh lava, which has a combined total volume of 305.1 million cubic meters of molten rock. Wow! So whereas Kilauea's caldera in late 2018 was for a time up to 1,821 feet deep, it is today only up to 295 feet deep. With that in mind, how long will it take for the lava lake to rise to its pre-eruption level? For this question, it truly does depend on the average rate of lava the volcano erupts each month, since it is not always actively erupting, or when it is erupting at the same rate. Here is a quick breakdown of how much lava was emplaced and refilled by 2027-2033. Kilauea's summit caldera each year. For example, if we assume that Kilauea is going to continue erupting at the exact same rate that it has this month, May 2025, then lava will completely refill its youngest caldera and spill onto the wider caldera floor on May 13, 2027. A Thursday, by the way. If we expand it to the broader 2025 average, then that date is put back a few months to September 15, 2027. If we take the average since the modern trend of moderately to fully cyclical eruptions initiated on the first day of 2023, that date falls all the way to September 14, 2033. And, if we take the entire duration since Kilauea's first post-2018 caldera collapse eruption, we get February 11, 2033. Since the two longest-term averages suggest a 2033 date, that is probably about when the deepest part of Kilauea's 2018 caldera for all intents and purposes will essentially cease to exist. What I mean is the caldera will still exist, but it won't be obvious, having been almost entirely if not entirely filled with lava in the prior years. It will simply look like Kilauea did pre-2018 collapse. Now, I do want to note that the depth figures I just stated truly are educated guesses, but with a decent amount of supporting math involved. The Hawaiian Volcano Observatory has not been taking sensor measurements of the crater depth since late March of this year. The last lava lake top elevation data they got was 964 meters elevation, which is only 19 meters lower than I interpret it to be today. Yet, while it only took less than 48 hours to fill the first 95 meters of the 2018 caldera, it is going to take significantly longer to fill the last 95 meters. And this comes down to simple length and width. The deepest 95 meters of refilling caldera, the original 2018 caldera, were 312 feet or less wide. Yet, at the present, when lava erupts at Kilauea, it spreads out to a much larger area spanning 7,907 feet wide. While the caldera isn't a circle, if it was, that would mean that it takes 642.27 times more lava to add 1 foot of new elevation than it did for adding 1 foot new elevation to the crater bottom when the lava had only filled it to 95 meters or 312 feet deep. This is why only 36.3% of the lava necessary to reach the top has erupted since the 2018 collapse, despite it looking deceptively close. Other caldera collapses. The process of a caldera forming due to a large volume flank eruption and then refilling of said area has occurred numerous times throughout the long history of the Kilauea Shield volcano, most recently in 200 BCE, 1500, and of course 2018. This is just a friendly reminder of how dynamic the Kilauea volcano still is. As a final note, I would like to thank my new YouTube channel member Holly Bird for supporting my work.